So episode 3. Today is quite windy, so I had to take down some of the panels. I haven't edited episode 2 yet, so I don't know what's actually in episode 2, but I know that a lot of the footage was lost because of corruptions when I tried to take the videos off my phone and put them onto the computer. I think that's mainly because the videos are too long, so I just ended up deleting them. But I didn't show it in episode 2, I got all the intake off. The idea is so that I can take out the spark plugs, which would make the engine not do compression when I'm turning it over, which means that all the energy of the start motor is going into that bolt, getting that bolt out. So this morning I went and picked up a... Look at me. No. This morning I went and picked up a 16mm spark plug socket, because that's what these take. So basically I'm going to take coils off, probably take the distributor out as well, take the spark plugs out, bolt the starter to get that nut off, that bolt off, and hopefully with all the devices going into that, it will do. I spent most of yesterday on charge, so hopefully there's enough charge in the battery. But first things first is taking out the coils. So, I took all the spark plugs out. There was a lot of oil on these back ones. I think it's because of the bad rocker cover gaskets, but I might be wrong. But I tried it, I put the thing and it worked. So basically now I just want to cock it correctly again. So I need just to tighten it up, I guess. I don't want to do it too tight. If somebody can do it on that, I'd be better, but maybe not. Basically just cock it again. Then I can take the puller off and then take all the kind of things off. Oh, that's just a big step in the right direction. So with that correct, I am now going to take that bolt off. I just had to realign the timing. So let's see if I can put it up here like this. Hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So, there we go. And there it is. Whole day to get this one thing off. I'm so happy now though. So something rather interesting that I've noticed is the puller is at top dead centre, but the cams are completely opposite. But the piston, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, it does look like the piston is right at the top there, so maybe what I'm thinking is I can take this off and then have a look at the timing puller at the bottom. That way going to put power to the centre, maybe. So it turns out I'm pretty dumb. All I had to do was to get the cams lined up as well. Is just put the bolt back in and do a full rotation on this. So now the engine is actually at the top dead centre. Good stuff. So I don't actually remember what I've got recorded, but I've got quite a lot done. Got the pulley off, using the pulley. I think that was the only thing. Oh, I've got the distributor off as well. The next thing was to do is to get the tensioner off, the tensioner pulley off, timing belt off. Then I'm not sure I'd have to consult my steps. Probably water pump, I think. Let's get to this bolt down here, which doesn't look as screwed in as like this one did. I took this one out. That one over there doesn't look screwed in compared to this one. Anyway, I think this has to come out of the way. So I'm going to have to try and work out how I get this off, or at least move it out of the way. So just something I want to document before I forget. fuel line. There's the fuel line there. This is vacuum tank stuff. It's a vacuum tank. Now, one of the lines, I think it's this line, that line, which goes onto that there, is off of the car, it's loose. And this line here goes up and onto some vacuum lines which run, I don't know if you can see it, you can't really see it. It's part of them vacuum lines there. Just a document. I just want to note some wires that I'm unplugging. So I just unplugged, what was it? I thought it unplugged something over here. Wait, what? Wow, that white plug there. Let's see, where did that go? Where did that go? Where did that go? So don't put recording this straight away. Where did you go, little guy? So with that same cable, connected to this one cable coming off from the main bit here, you've got the green plug which goes into the green socket there. We've got a grey plug, it's a bit oily, that goes into the grey socket there. Oh, that must be where I pulled off that single one. Don't put a focus on it. I don't see where else it could have come from. There we go. I have no idea how I got to that, but I must have pulled that off somehow. So I'm assuming that's to that one. Further along, we've got OBD2 sensor. And again, further along, coming down, goes round. Does it go? Goes down. It's got an oil level sensor and another sensor, which I can't remember off the top of my head. It might be for the air conditioning. Yes, it will connect to this. Yeah, which assumes that it is the air conditioning. So now I'm trying to get rid of this one which connects into the block, and I don't know what actually it does. But there you can see it's next to the air conditioning. So to get this plug off, I use a pair of long nose pliers and just gripped it and pulled it off. Getting it on will probably be difficult. So we almost have the harness off. The whole hot side of the engine is off. This front side of the engine is all off. As far as I can tell, it's just these back bits here, which are the main things going into the firewall, and then we're down there, wherever that one goes, I can't really see. But there's this one going through the middle here. I don't know why you would ever put that there. Maybe it's the only thing they could do, I don't know. Anyway, this cable runs down there, and I can see another one in the engine. It's probably the knock sensor on the other side. It always splits into two by the looks of it, which is good. The other one goes down to this starter, and that one's going to be really difficult to get out because of the fuel pressure regulator. I might end up removing the fuel pressure regulator to get to that one. It's probably what's going to end up happening, unless I can get maybe pliers on like I did the last one. For the last one, I used to use a pair of pliers. Where is it? Up there. Just a pair of pliers to get it off. So after a very, very long time, I got the intake off. This bolt down here that connects to wherever the hell that is. Such a nightmare to get off, but I got it off. I'm done for today. I'm going to take tomorrow off. I can't do any more. Plugged all the holes, covered all the spark plugs. I think that's the majority off the head. Which means that I've got a big step done today actually. But tomorrow, if I do decide to do anything, exhaust headers should be a bit easier, but probably more rusty. Time about water pump, everything like that. Oh, I just want to go to bed. I'm going to tie all this up. Look at all these bags of bolts. I'm done.
Alright guys, I'm currently just editing episode 3 and I can't help but notice that I missed out a few major things in the video. The first is that I didn't show me getting the plugs off the injectors and getting the fuel rail out. To do that, I opened up the fuel filler cap and then disconnected the fuel return line. The return line being the one that's closest to the front of the car. I then disconnected the fuel feed line, which is the one that is closest to the firewall. If you're doing this yourself, hopefully that will make sense. Once I've done that, I took out the bolts which hold the fuel rail in, and then removed the fuel rail and the injectors. In the video, I also did not show me getting the plug off the starter. I did end up removing the fuel pressure regulator to get to the plug. It was hard to get to otherwise. Finally, from what I can remember, the only other major thing that I missed off is that the bolt that holds on the manifold and is closest to the firewall is really hard to get out. I would recommend using thin sockets and tools. You may also find that a large extension in swivel socket may help a lot. Oh, actually, as well, underneath the manifold there is a bracket that holds on a few vacuum lines and I think an electrical line. To remove this, I just took the manifold off and then turned it over to give me access to the bolt that holds on that bracket. Overall, if you're going to take the intake off, I would say patience is key. You need to make sure that you're not to rush and make sure that you note everything down so when trying to piece it back together, you know where stuff goes. And I think that's it for episode 3. Just a short one this time as I didn't really record much. Episode 4 should be coming soon. Hit the like button for more videos and subscribe to see when new videos are released. Oh, and I set up an Instagram account for the build. Go follow it at GS300.